The All-Star Game gets some brotherly love. We've got a familiar face showing up in New York, possibly, and we're going to build up to Dempsey versus Donovan later this week. Hey everyone, welcome to the Daily. Greg Lawless and Simon Borg here, and we now have the word about where we're going to be going this summer for the 2012 AT&T MLS All-Star Game. Basically, we're going right down I-95 to Philadelphia.
A lot of speculation, Greg, about what this announcement today was all about. It's in fact the All-Star Game going to PPL Park in Philadelphia. Those fans will respond to whatever the opponent is on July 25th. We hear Liverpool and Roma making a trip to the United States in the summer. I think Liverpool might be right down their alley.
I think it'd be fun to watch Liverpool as well in the All-Star Game. We've entered the final stage of January, which means the hot stove is hotter than ever. And Simon, the LA Galaxy looking for a replacement for Omar Gonzalez, who of course is injured and will be out for about 6 months.
And Greg, manager Bruce Arena addressed this issue at the opening of LA Galaxy preseason practice on Monday. He said Leonardo, the Brazilian center back, he's coming back from injury, should be back by April, but they need something in the meantime to replace Omar Gonzalez. He's looking in England, specifically Leeds United, their center back, Alex Bruce, the son of Steve Bruce, formerly of Manchester United and Norwich, a center back himself. That's according to reports in England.
Well, we'll see if that one comes through. There's also a report that perhaps a fifth Colombian player might be joining the Portland Timbers, who they're going to have to change their name. So I don't know the Spanish word for Timbers, but we'll have to find a different name for it.
That would make 5 Colombians, Greg, in Portland. The name now is a defender, Hernan Duque, and he joins, again, a contingent of 4 other Colombians. This is not a done deal, but he would join another contingent of 4 Colombians, 2 of which just arrived.
Well, there is another Colombian that we're talking about, perhaps joining New York. Before we get to that, though, a couple of other trialists around. DC United looking at a midfielder, Jeremiah White, trialing right now with the New England Revolution, but the name that we're all talking about right now is Wilman Conde, and he might be joining the Red Bulls.
He would be their replacement for Tim Ream. Tim Ream's work permit going through yesterday, so that transfer to Bolton should now be on its way. So they need a replacement. Wilman Conde, with MLS experience, a lot of experience in Mexico, so he would be a perfect fit.
A couple of replacements, because don't forget the Red Bulls already picked up Marcus Holgerson, the other center back, to maybe come in there as well. So keep an eye out here on MLSsoccer.com for all of the news about the rumors. The movement's not only here in MLS, but there's movement outside as well. A couple of American exports making some news. The big one, of course, Jeff Cunningham, the all-time leading scorer in MLS history. He's not ready to hang him up. He's going down south.
He got a deal with Comunicaciones in Guatemala, one of the big clubs there. And he's actually coming to the United States again because Comunicaciones plays Municipal out in LA in the coming weeks.
That'll be fun to watch. And George John opening his account, sort of opening his account for West Ham.
He played with the practice squad. They had a closed-door scrimmage just this morning against Gillingham, and he gets a goal. We don't expect him to get goals. We expect him to be renowned for other duties on the field.
The West Ham, quote-unquote, development squad is what he played with, and there was a 1-1 draw in that one. And lastly, here on MLSsoccer.com, we're going to be talking all week about Landon Donovan versus Clint Dempsey. Of course, Everton and Fulham playing in the FA Cup on Saturday. That would be Donovan versus Dempsey in this one. And we've started the ball rolling already. We talked to Brian McBride yesterday on Extra Time Radio about which player he would pick if it were just sort of a backyard pickup game. How about you?
And Greg, we're going to look at these 2 players very closely this week, just comparing their careers now that there's this competition. Who is the best American player among the 2? Brian McBride stoking the flames on Extra Time Radio. He was very decisive with his pick. He said, if I'm starting my pickup game in my backyard, I'm taking Clint Dempsey.
Well, a lot of respect for Clint Dempsey there. Of course, lots of other people have been picking Landon Donovan. We're all over Twitter right now. You can use the hashtag LDVCD for this to join the conversation. Let us know who you think or who you will root for this weekend when Everton take on Fulham. It's Donovan versus Dempsey this weekend. We're going to be covering it all here on MLSsoccer.com.